Tracy Haacker with the Red Cross. She's a local gal, but she and another Red Cross volunteer from our area immediately jumped in the van and took off for New Orleans to bring supplies, help feed folks. Tracy, where are you, and who else went with you?
Good morning, Aaron. So I am in New Orleans East. I'm actually this morning at the shelter, and I have Katie with me today, and so we're here just trying to help support people that are in the area that have been affected by the tornado.
Describe what you saw when you pulled into New Orleans East.
So there's the National Guard is here. There's a lot of roads that are blocked off. Can't really get into the damaged area. There's a lot of electric companies down here. We have a lot of folks without power, so they're trying to restore power to the area. So just a lot of roadblocks, a lot of National Guards out and about, just your typical emergency people that are out trying to get things back to normal.
You said you were at the shelter. How many folks are staying there? How many folks have you been taking care of, say, the last 24 to 36 hours?
So last head count last night, we had 98 residents in the shelter, and we're not anticipating getting any more, but we are getting a lot of influx of the community coming in during the day to eat and get supplies and receive help that way.
How long can they stay there? This is obviously this sort of like the floods in the spring, well, and late in the summer too. That there's going to have to be some kind of temporary housing solution for these folks. What's that situation?
So at this point in time, we are still working on the response mode, and what that means is we're providing mass care. We're providing sheltering, feeding, and bulk supplies. Once we get in here and we get things organized, then we'll start casework, which is the recovery mode, and we'll have caseworkers come in and work with each individual that's in the shelter, and they will talk to them. Sorry about that. They will talk to them, find out what their needs are, and from there, then we'll reach out to community partners to find out what would be the best solution for each individual that's here.
Now, you mentioned bulk supplies, Miss Terry. On one hand, you've got like nearly 100 people whose homes were destroyed, unlivable at this point, who are staying in the shelter. But as far as the bulk supplies, i.e. people coming in and say, look, I don't have anything, but I kind of got a place to stay. Maybe I can stay upstairs or downstairs or whatever. How many of those folks have you taken care of?
At this point, Robert, I do not know. Again, I just got in yesterday, so I'm still trying to get my feet on the ground and find out what's going on. So I don't have an exact number on that. Usually we will send out bulk supplies into the community. So that would be our mass care lead would have those numbers at this time.
What's in the bulk supplies box, or what's in the bulk supplies crate? What do you give folks?
So bulk supplies, we go out with tarps, cleanup kits, we have water, we have snacks, we're doing mobile feeding, things like that to help them someone might just have a little bit of damage to their roof and they're like, okay, I'm having some leaks, and so we'll provide some tarps for them to put over their roof.
Tracy Haacker with the Red Cross here. You're in New Orleans. For folks in Shreveport-Bossier who are maybe not they go to the French Quarter and that's what they know of New Orleans. Describe for us the best way you can New Orleans East and the area hard hit.
Okay, so just like the folks up there that come down and visit the Quarter, that's usually my understanding of it. I'm originally from Baton Rouge, so the Quarter's the area I know. New Orleans East is actually over the river. If you stay on I-10 and go east towards Slidell, you cross over the river and it's right there to the right.
Low-income area, typically, right?
Yes, it is actually around the 9th Ward.
Okay.
Not quite in the lower 9th Ward, but it is around that area.
What can folks from Shreveport-Bossier do? What is most needed?
So what's most needed, Aaron, I know everyone in the community wants to get together. People want to help. They want to send things. Right now, literally at the shelter, we're overwhelmed with supplies from people sending clothes, people sending food. The best way that people can help is really monetary donations. Those funds can be put to immediate use to get the immediate needs met of each individual here, and volunteers. We would love to, in our community, in this community, people can go online to redcross.org. There's a link you can click on to sign up to volunteer, And you may not be helping in this disaster, but you could be prepared for the next one that comes along. Red Cross provides all the training that you would need, and we are always looking for volunteers.
And you guys actually took the food truck down there, so you might be deployed out into a neighborhood eventually, right?
That is correct. We have what we call the emergency response vehicle. We use it to do mobile feeding. Actually, they were here this morning delivering hot breakfasts to the residents. They will be out doing a little mobile feeding this afternoon. And so, yeah, we can also use those emergency response vehicles to deliver bulk supplies as well.
Okay, so here's my goofy question of the day, because I've seen this commercial for the insurance company or whatever on TV, where like they're in the tornado and the truck pulls up and it's a place where people can charge their cell phones because we live in a cell phone world and nobody has any electricity and all their relatives are panicking about them. Is there somebody down there that does something like that in a situation like this?
Absolutely. AT&T actually contacted the city here. We have 2 mobile charging spots outside the shelter here. So they've been wonderful in partnering with the city and coming in and supplying that service.
Tell us, Tracy, real quick, what do you do by day? You and Katie, what do you guys do? Because this obviously is a volunteer
deal. In other words,
deal.
what's your secret identity?
Yeah.
So Katie is, has an Army background. And so she's military. I actually do health and safety training. I do CPR training.